You won't be able to save everyone. You might not even be able to save yourself. Welcome home. Hello, and welcome to Cult of Teen Dice Let's Play. I am Bloodied, and after 3 years, and I checked, because the last installment of this I uploaded early December 2025. 2023? 2022? 2022. Either way. Yeah. Scarlet Hollow Chapter 5. Episode 5. Episode 5 Part 1, in fact. Due to wanting to make sure some of the artwork was absolutely done properly, they have decided to split the release. So, Part 1 of Episode 5 dropped yesterday. Yeah. Oddly enough, Black Tabby Game's been a bit busy. Slay the Princess came out and was a massive hit for them, which has given them the funding they need to definitely finish Scarlet Hollow. Apparently, episodes 6 and 7 will release together at some point in the future. Yeah. But let's go to this. So, if we look at this, yeah. Yes, so December 4th, 2022 was when I played episode 4 with this particular character. But as you can see, I have several characters because this game is exceedingly good for giving you different things to play for. And okay, I'm just going to have to do... Jesus Christ music, calm down. You're getting a little high here. Okay. Well, let's just... a little bit down. There we go. Yeah. Visual overlay intensity. They added some accessibility options. They actually did a rework of the first 3 episodes. Was it the first 2? But some of the earlier stuff got reworked to add some more options, because there just wasn't enough path diversity already. So, still worth playing. The first episode of this, by the way, is still free. You can download it for free as a demo and play it. Or you can buy the full thing. I highly recommend you buy the full thing. I will say this again, I will say it repeatedly. This game is fucking excellent. But yeah, so let's carry on after 3 years. And see what Bloodied gets up to on Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. This is the end of episode 4. Okay. Yeah, here's the major decisions. This is reminding me as much as anyone else. But yes, Bloodied. It's good. Got my two abilities are I'm hot, because of course I'm hot, and talk to animals, because talking to animals is fun. Major decisions. We're offered boiled peanuts from the stranger. We have a deadly peanut allergy. Met Dustin, the possum who lives in the drawer and made him a nest. Witnessed Duke die in the woods and called the police. That's Nika. You can actually... They have actually added a route to one there where you do not just go off into the fucking woods with Stella. You can decide, no, I'm not going off into the woods with this woman I just met. Like a sane person. Another Sybil and learned about the ditchlings, crashed at Stella's, called Tabitha before falling asleep. Woke up in Stella's guest room. Insisted Stella stay when Tabitha tried to kick her out of her own living room. Told Avery the truth about what happened in the woods, had tea with Avery, met with Stella at the mine, spoke to 3 groups of miners and got caught by Tabitha, warned Tabitha about the teens sneaking into the mine, went after Becca and Alexis at the cost of Rosalina's safety, so Rosalina has lost her leg. Poor kid. Met Dustin's mom, yay, and found out about the squat who kicked her out of her glass house. Finally took a fucking shower. Met Janie, the pastor's wife who cleans the estate. Foot had to amputate Rosalina's foot. Oh, met Bo, the late Duke's enormous son. Visited Oscar at the library to check in on him after everything that had happened at the mines last night. Met the mayor, who's a dog. Mayor Jimmy, son of a bitch. Met Scarlet Hollow's resident creepy pastor, who also shares my special gift of talking to animals not being hot. Had dinner at Reese's, there's something hidden in the clinic, he wants me to find it. Invited Avery ghost hunting, sacrificed unknown years of my life to exorcise the spirit of Charles Shaw Jr., a man my great-grandmother murdered. Made plans with Sybil to talk about mysterious guns over tea tomorrow. Okay, so we'll have to wait and see what the Thursday ones are. Go on. Continue. You'd like to see a recap before starting episode 5? You know what, sure, let's have a full recap. The funeral of Pearl and Scarlet, your cousin's mother and your aunt, seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms were safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. Tabitha, good queen, love her. Dustin, afraid! Love you, Dustin. And what do you say? Want to tag along? Hold the camera for me while I narrate against the darkening sky, that sort of thing? Oh, no option to say no at that point. Your late knows worse, and I can't carry the mountain lion corpse out of these woods at dawn. Yep, that's not going to happen. A single deer remains behind, staring down the beam of Stella's flashlight while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. Can you hear the sweet whispers of new growth? Yeah, you notice the art is different now. This was part of the change. Because otherwise, it did seem kind of fucking stupid that you couldn't just save them both. You can save them both if you have both. If you are strong, you can save them both. Duke grapples with the thing as it grasps at his shotgun, pushing the barrel out of the way as it grasps for Bertie with oddly jointed limbs, while Stella stares in shocked silence as if paused, watching as the other creature attempts to wrestle Gretchen into the darkness, her desperate cries going unheeded. You dive for Gretchen, attempting to snatch her away from the thing's misshapen hands. Oh, Bloodied, my hero! You manage to grab her, but the creature isn't deterred. It rears back on its hind legs, its mouth opening, whispered tones sliding out alongside something sharp and unnatural. But then there's a deafening blast of Duke's shotgun, and suddenly it is gone. Oh my god! Oh my god! What do we do? Keep an eye on him for us. Make sure he doesn't get into any trouble. Policeman shades. Wade, who I remember I kept doing different voices for. So I have no fucking memory which voice I did for Wayne, so I will just do so. You know. Welcome home. You probably won't stick to that either. My grandmother used to talk about pale creatures called ditchlings. She always said they were a terrible omen, a sign of suffering to come. And here we are. You're welcome to stay the night if you want. From now on, you are back at the estate by bedtime. No more impromptu sleepovers. Lesbian tension. Wow, that is some heavy stuff. No wonder Stella seemed distant. I'm going to keep my ears open for you. The diner's where everybody comes to gossip, so I hear a lot about what goes on around here. I'll let you know if anyone mentions these monsters or anything strange or unusual. Dilf! Dilf! We are romancing him. I'm sure I remember we were romancing him in this. Either of you seen Rosalina around town? I want to be a helicopter dad, but she hasn't been answering her texts, and I want to make sure she isn't getting into trouble out there. Ah, children. Nothing strenuous, we promise. Whatever you two have planned is probably beyond what he can manage right now anyways. I'm the only person in this town who truly cares about your safety. Don't forget that. Even if it's already too late to stop what's going to happen. You're interrupted by a sudden movement out of the corner of your eye. A girl carrying a bundle of snacks pops through a hole in the fence and disappears over the crest of a hill. I guess the old Maxwell place doesn't cut it as a secret hangout spot these days. You pull out your phone and dial your cousin. What is it? You know I'm in a meeting. A kid just stuck into the shore mine. Figured you'd want to know. What? Are you serious? What things keep happening to me? Whatever. I'll head over there as soon as I can. Just stay where you are and wait for me, alright? God, I don't even know why I'm trying to reason with you. It's not like you'll listen. And sure enough. My dad's formed the continuous mining facility, and he says that we only abandoned this mine because there wasn't enough coal left, so it's actually really safe and we can hang out here whenever we want. Correction, your father was a foreman at the continuous mining facility. We'll still see if he even has a job tomorrow morning. I loved her smile. It's amazing. My dad says our house is haunted. Oh no. But she's interrupted by a pair of thunderous knocks. 3 of them are gone. There's something in the darkness before you that's much louder, although you don't hear it, but you can feel it in your chest, like the deep growl of a predator. What do you think you're doing? Get away from there! Your cousin dives towards you, but not before the light from your phone illuminates the chamber. Bloodied, are you all right? Wait, Becca and Alexis are still down there. You can't just leave them here. I know which way they're going. They'll listen to you this time, I promise. Your surroundings quake as the mine collapses around you. Tabitha doesn't say a word as the car cuts along the darkened road. There are two of them now! Yee! Dusted Mom! What happened to your glass house? Asshole squatter move in! Kick Dustin's mom out! As you're ready to leave, Jamie approaches from the far side of the kitchen. Tabitha remains between the two of you, impatiently tapping her foot. Oh, Bloody, before you go, I heard about what happened last night. I'm so sorry you got caught up in that. I'll be praying for Oscar and poor little Rosalina. Such sweethearts. Wouldn't have happened to nicer people. Morning. Is the new blend ready? Of course. Bloody, if you'd like to keep Miles company, Tabitha and I will be just a minute. Oh, excuse me. Wait, you're Bloodied, aren't you? My name is Bo. I'm Duke's boy. It's a pleasure to meet you. Policeman told me you saw what happened to my daddy. They keep bringing me Jello! I love it here! But Dad, I miss you! When are you coming back? This is just need to make sure your living situation's all squared away, then I'll come get you, Rosa. Just a few more hours. Hey, is that... Oscar practically jumps out of his skin as he turns and sees you. Oh, hey, Bloodied, I didn't hear you come in. He's a dog. You can tell this dog is the mayor from his little sash and his fancy top hat. There's a regal air about him, almost as if he knows the position of authority he's been elected into. Here, Jimmy. Looks like a YouTuber. Before you can catch up with your companions, you're intercepted by a nervous man with a cross around his neck. Sounds like old Gretchen and the mayor have some unresolved issues, wouldn't you say? I'm Pastor Daniel. I take it you're Bloodied? Everyone's been buzzing about you. I'm so sorry about your aunt, but I'm sure she's in a better place now. If you'd ever like to discuss your beliefs, my door is always open. The basement is what you would expect from a tortured artist who spent all his time confined to his studio. Discarded canvases line its edges, while trash and sketches leak out from their piles in the corners of the room, hiding the bare cement floor. Ghoulish faces coat the walls in paint, sneering it out at their creator. Anyway, make yourselves comfortable. You'll have to forgive the mess. I've been distracted lately. Been cleaning much. Dinner is already laid out. Dinner rolls, spaghetti, and a light salad. Stella is nervously talkative, and Reese is suddenly quiet and tense, his shoulders tight as his mother perches on the chair next to his. Dr. Kelly eyes all of you with a sharp, fierce gaze. So, we were talking about maybe watching a movie sometime this week? Well, but it's still in town. I'll have to see how you're feeling. You can handle a movie, doll. Yeah, we'll just sit down in the dark. Reese is used to that. I'm sure he'll be okay. We're always overestimating how much you're able to do, Reese. This is why you keep getting sick. If I get sick, so what? It looks like that's ever going to change. I'm sick every day, and I'm not getting better. I don't want to spend the last few miserable years of my life holed up in a basement alone just because seeing my friends has been deemed too strenuous. I'm an adult, for God's sake. I can't believe I'd ask for permission from my mom just to have friends. He stops mid-sentence, wincing in pain and wrapping himself in his arms. Don't say things like that. I'm doing everything I can to try and fix. Silence as Dr. Kelly's eyes shoot open. Reese? Reese abruptly pulls himself on the table and leaves. Gun show! Oh, you're just in time. We're the situation in the back room. This is going to keep her company while we hopefully get this all sorted out. Hey, have I been too late? Have I missed any creepy paranormal stuff? Okay, Tabitha isn't here for this one. Interesting. Tabitha can be here for this. Oh! This is where I've seen it. It appears on top of the stain. Kanika's not here either. Surprising. Stella pulls back the carpet, revealing a hatch, the floor around it stained in reddish brown. I'm going for it. Movement stirs as a figure cloaked in shadow rises to attention. Who are you? What are you doing on my property? Before you have the chance to think, another door creaks open from what you thought was the ceiling. There you are. This is quite the maze, isn't it? Absolutely crawling with these miserable little parasites. Bottom feeders. The sins of the father are to be laid upon the children. The smell hits you, a now familiar wet, unwell odour. What an annoying pest you are. You can't keep me out for long. Seems we've exhausted its power. Holding these bodies hostage must have been quite taxing. Come along, Bloodied. It's desperate, but it has no power over you. There's no need to bow to the will of such a frayed and broken consciousness. Leave it to fester. Stop. Don't do this! Wayne is cut off so you are brought face to face with the resonant. So sorry, Bloodied. I don't think I can talk right now. I'll call you, okay? He hurries off down the road. Bloodied, why don't you swing by the tea room tomorrow? Say, early afternoon. I'd love to chat for a little while. Come by any time. I'll be there all day. You don't even notice yourself entering the guest room and falling into bed. Suddenly you're just there, buried under your family's musty covers. You open your eyes. It's a new day. Yes, it is. And you feel like shit. You check your messages. There's nothing from Stella. I'm so glad you came. I've never met anyone else who could hear them. You have no idea how long I thought I must have some kind of insanity. I even thought at one point it must have been the Lord himself, talking to me through them. They never had anything very sightful to say, so I was disavowed of that pretty early on. There have been some particularly nasty rats in the church lately, and she said some things that led me to believe she might be able to understand them. That's his daughter, means. I'd better get back to my daughter, and you'd better get back to looking for Stella. But tomorrow, he pulls out a scrap of paper and scribbles something on it before handing it to you. Here's my number. Text me any time. I'll be around, and assuming things are settled now, maybe we can grab coffee at the diner and actually get to know each other. And hopefully by then I'll have found something that'll help with the whole town-wide mystery situation. Yee! Delph dating! Listen, kid, you're only a year or two into the gig. Trust me, the longer it goes on, the more it sucks the life out of you. First you're just unhappy, but you think you can weather it till you find something better. Paycheck's a paycheck, I get it. Next thing you know, you lost years of your life to a company that doesn't give a solitary shit about you. It uses up every free second it can suck out of its workers, and pays just enough to survive, but not so much we can ever save enough to get the hell out. Sounds like working in a retail pharmacy. Zax, we could get fired for this. I really need the paycheck. My sister needs the paycheck. I'm the only reason she can afford a tuition right now. I can't get fired. You take the tea, sipping it delicacy. The citrus smell is fleeting, quickly replaced with an earthiness at its core, like you've taken a mouthful of dirt. The aftertaste combines the two flavours into something soothing and medicinal, and you find yourself feeling more comfortable, your muscles relaxing for the first time in days. Now, on to business. Sybil takes the cup from you, staring thoughtfully down at the sludge. Oh dear, this doesn't bode well. You've got just about every warning that could fit in the bottom of a cup. Cross, metal, hourglass. All of these mean death, misery, difficulty. And the hourglass ties it all together with definite urgency. I'd assume this all has to do with whatever brought the ditchlings. Something's coming. Whether any of us can stop it, I'm not sure. We may, at the very least, be able to figure out what it is. There's a central figure here. Cat. An enemy lurking in plain sight. This is wild. I had no idea that any of this was here. The entire hospital wing rotting away for decades behind some flimsy drywall. His voice sounds distant. Your sole focus is on finding it. Your feet move without prompting, and you stumble down the hallway towards the far wall, barely registering the antique clutter as you stagger past it. Whoa, are you okay? You don't respond, and you don't bother to retrieve the axe. The wall is rotten, water damage having eaten away at the wood over the course of unknowable years, the planks nearly reduced to sawdust. You tear into it. Enemies upstairs. Enemies outside. We're surrounded. Get out of this house, I won't be safe. You won't be safe. As Reese tears at his clothes, paint bubbles out of the canvas, his ghoulish figures peeling themselves out of their two-dimensional worlds, invading yours, crawling up the walls. Grab my hand, I'll pull you out. Leave us alone! Dr. Kelly opens the door. Two of you stare out into the hallway. This is what you were so afraid of. Hand over the tranquilizers. This is our shot. What? Yeah, if you can try and talk him down if you're sexy enough. You step forward. Reese stares at you. Pained sadness creeping onto his unnaturally stretched face. I'm not a monster. And then a shot rings out. God damn it, Tabitha! Shotgun in hand, your cousin rounds the corner and trains her weapon on Reese's writhing body. You step forward, filling the space between Tabitha and the whimpering Reese, his face already trying to stitch itself back together as he sits propped against the wall. Reese scrambles past you, knocking Tabitha's gun to the side and stumbling down the hall towards the entrance to the clinic and the freedom beyond. You sit on the log beside Stella. Bloodied. Ghost really did a number on you. You close your eyes, your exhausted body succumbing to sleep almost immediately. As you drift off, you think of Reese, in the woods somewhere, truly free for the first time in his life. And then you think of nothing. It's time. Continue your journey. I'll probably put a time thing at the bottom there so you can skip this if you've actually watched all the previous videos up to this point. And remember them, because I didn't. Wake up. Before we get into that, we can now see the Thursday make decisions, I would think. Found out that Stella disappeared. Given a quest to deal with Dustin's mom's squatter situation. It was a goat. There was nothing I could do about it. Ran out to Avery on the way to town and invited them to help look for Stella. Checked Stella's house for clues. She wasn't there. We didn't find any leads. Visited the church. Didn't find Stella, but I did speak to Pastor Daniel about our shared secret ability. Visited the library after checking with the mayor. Confessed my feelings for Oscar. We're an item now! Yeah! Visited the diner, where I found out the striking miners have been organised. There aren't many of them. Did a tea reading with Sybil and learned that a cat is waiting to betray me. I accused Tabitha. I mean, Sybil is definitely dodgy. Sybil is up to something. And Dr. Kelly gave me a checkup to get to the bottom of my premature aging. Found my family's medical history and read through it. Encountered another stone hidden away in the walls of the clinic and had a vision of Enoch Scarlet. Reese had a nervous breakdown and transformed into a monster. Before Reese could be dealt with, Tabitha shot him. I threw myself between him and Tabitha and allowed him to escape. A lonely piano refrain echoes through your head as you sleep. It feels like it goes on forever, clumsy and uncertain of itself, stopping and starting at random. But as your dreams start to fade, you realize the music is following you to the waking world, continuing even as your mind resolidifies and banishes the last few remnants of your dreams. When it finally stops, you're startled by the sudden silence. Human? Human, wake up! You slowly come to, roused by the voice of your small autism friend. You feel strangely cold and uncomfortable, your muscles stiff and achy, your head still cloudy with sleep. Your vision comes into focus. See? Woman not dead? Okay, no easy breakfast for Dustin and Dustin Mom. Dustin stands on your chest, his beady black eyes staring down into yours. Dustin's mom is hovering a healthy distance away. Anyone who has a cat will be very familiar with this sort of wake-up. You are not in your bedroom. Did you two hear something just now? Like a piano? Just did not know about piano. Be so good to hear some weird bird, though. No need worry about weird bird. Weird bird sound like it's very far away from here. How did I get here? Scary human came into room at night, took good human away. Dustin was very, very scared, but Dustin followed anyway to help good human. Dustin not have good sense of self-preservation. But good human did not get eaten. Yay! Dustin helped! Thanks, Dustin. You the boss. You stagger to your feet, disorientated and exhausted, your limbs heavy and your head swimming. You stumble, slightly swaying as you try to find your balance in the oddly tilted room. Dustin clinging to your shirt with his tiny claws. So this is the Forbidden Wing. And Wayne dragged you here in your sleep. Can you ever trust the safety of your bed again? There are two doors out of the barren room. One is a normal doorway leading to what you assume is a hallway. The other is a door that must have once been hidden through the ruined state of the wallpaper has robbed it of the secrecy. Investigate the once hidden door. I mean, shit, yeah. There doesn't seem to be a clear way to open it, besides the brass circle where the handle should be. On another side. Look through hole where handle used to be. You lean forward, peering into the narrow opening of what lies behind the door. The marsupial's right. It's your room. Which means you'd be able to slip right back into the safety of the rest of the house if you could just manage to find the handle. Okay. Oh, just gotta go and explore the hidden wing then. You cross the slanted room and exit into the hallway beyond. You and the opossums find yourself in a long hallway, its age-stained curtains fluttering in the breeze, flowing in through cracked glass. Weak sunlight illuminates the dust dancing on the air. An ornate entryway, its door long gone, breaks the monotony of the faded wallpaper, and a staircase looms at the far end. Okay, investigate the ornate entryway. You make your way to the large set of double doors in the middle of the hallway. You can hear the light clicks of claws on hardwood as Dustin's mom toddles along a safe distance behind you. I just need to blow my nose. Oh, itchy nose. It seems like some sort of entertainment room, the sort you'd expect for Frenchy rich people who want to show off. The stench of mildew is strong here, your already weakened lungs aching from the strain of breathing in such toxic air. You can see why Tabitha doesn't want you exploring these rooms. There's a large painting on the far wall of the room. From a distance, it looks like it might depict the town. Dustin almost never come in here. All open space too scary. But room behind wall is good hiding place. Dustin hide there sometimes. As he references this room behind wall, Dustin stares at what first seems to be a broken down bookshelf hanging on by a single rusted hinge. But there's something behind it, stacking empty shelves. Some sunless room once hidden, now revealed by the rot of this house. Okay, let's examine the painting first. The painting highlights a number of old buildings and locales, many of which you've already visited. The town hall, the estate, the mines, and the clinic, still called a hospital at this time in the painting. The church, and then there's somewhere you've yet to see, the historic Callaway/Tremaine homesteads. The faded bronze plaque relief reads, "In commemoration of Enoch Scarlet, head of the Scarlet Hollow Landmark Revitalization Project. Let the past never be forgotten." Dustin Nugget. Always making mark on old cloth. Does not know cloth is for eating. Let's enter the hidden room. You test each step as you make your way across the room, especially careful as you cross over to the ruined section of floor in front of the bookshelf. You can hear Dustin's mum hurrying behind you. We go to dark room now? Good. Big open space bad. Vulnerable to attack. The space is dark, its features barely illuminated by the faint light trickling in through the myriad of cracks and holes in the wall. The wallpaper, the deep, exquisite red, adds a blood-like glow to the dimness. Okay, fucking hell, some spooky shit here. The walls are lined with ornate display cabinets, some empty, some still presenting their antique treasures. Nestled between the cabinets, a single tall bookshelf remains standing, its occupants dusty, but mostly intact. But all of these are ornamental details. Your focus is drawn to the expensive-looking antique desk in the centre of the room. Good place to take nap. A top drawer, bottom drawer. A top drawer contains oldie-timey letter-writing materials, complete with a fancy dagger-shaped letter opener and a wax stamping kit emblazoned with the initials ES. You can't help but notice the wax has been nibbled. Let stuff stick to dust in teeth. Tastes good, though. Underneath, you find a pile of crumbling financial documents. Scrawled in neat cursive in every spot that needed a signature is the name Enoch Scarlet. This must have been his desk, meaning this must also be his study. At the very bottom of the drawer, you're surprised to find a face you recognise staring back up at you. An antique photograph of a young man, his blonde hair nearly white against the dark sepia background. It's Teddy. He looks almost exactly the same as he did in your vision. Almost. There's a carefree look in his eye that seems to have faded by the time he found his way to that hospital bed. Close drawer. You close the drawer. And bottom drawer. The bottom drawer jams as you attempt to pry it open. It would seem that even after all these years, the lock on it still holds. But you had a little more strength. Your strength is Charlie's now, isn't it? Dustin disappears from your shoulder and under the desk. A moment later it pops open, his beady eyes beaming up at you from over the edge. Inside you find a strange collection of glass vials. Their surfaces are clouded over, but you can make out what seems to be paper, preserved somehow inside the containers, a hint of writing visible at the edges. You notice some of the corks have been lightly chewed. Pretty good for eating. Dustin always saved these for a special occasion. Tastes like old pond. Fine vintage. Vials. You reach for one of them, twisting the cork. It unseals with a pop, releasing a smell like an old pond, like decaying leaves and damp earth. You tug at the corner of the slip of paper and it unfolds, the writing across its surface crisp and clear as if it had just been written. Miss Maeve, I know it's been several years since my last visit, but I do hope you remember the young lad who used to find himself at your doorstep more than you probably would have liked. I write you now with the utmost... But the paper dissolves before you can finish reading it, as if it had finally realised it had been submerged all these years, turning to useless pulp between your fingers. You pleased to get tasty words? Oh, nothing. Dustin's mum liked to see more than Dustin live in comfort. But Dustin better not let comfort make him soft. This is how Dustin's brother die. It's unlikely you have a chance to return here, and the vials are too delicate to carry her with you. Keep reading? Oh, fuck it, keep reading. You open another. Miss Verena, trouble with tea. Your presence requested at... Another. Verena, know what you tried. Do not appreciate the attempt at subterfuge. Thought we both... Again, it dissolves. Some of these letters were addressed to Miss Maeve, and some to a Verena, all assigned ES. You assume these have to be from Enoch. Many seem unimportant, just listing a time and place. You assume meetings between Enoch and whoever this Verena may have been. Before you know it, the drawer is empty, the floor around you scattered with drained vials, the air stinking with wet rot. You step away from the desk. Turn to the hallway. You head down the eerie corridor, following the path laid out in the dust. Oh no, Dustin, not go there! Dustin, come back! You turn to face Dustin's mum, who stands a little way down the corridor from you, her posture tense. But Dustin is helping! Nothing bad will happen to Dustin with big strong human around. Dustin mum say no. Don't care how strong human is. Only Dustin mum knows what's best for Dustin. Dustin looks up at you with his large, black, wet eyes. Human will have to go on without Dustin. He clambers down from his place on your shoulder, gripping your clothes with his little clawed hands. Oh, poor man can't find human-sized hole. We go back to Dustin house now. No one should be careful. They always smell like hurting. In that final word of caution, Dustin and Dustin's mum toddle away, disappearing into some crevice that will take them back to the comfort of your dresser drawers. You continue following the tracks left by what you assume to be your fellow humans. They take you up the flight of stairs, and you find yourself on the third floor of the estate for the first time. There are more footprints leading all the way down the corridor and to the furthest door. Window, trying to knock in front of the nearest door. Room, and move us in front of the nearest door. You do your best to shove the boxes out of the way. They feel packed full of lead. You can practically hear your shoulders and hips creaking and straining with the effort, but try as you might, you can only budge them about an inch. They seem to have cemented themselves in place, and you find yourself gasping for breath after another few desperate pushes. At least you know the handle can't be in there. Nobody has been in that room for some time. Worth the strain. Okay, went to the middle room. This space was clearly once a nursery, though no child has been in here for a long, long time. The top shelf is occupied by antique picture books, Dick and Jane, books of nursery rhymes, ancient editions of Grimm's fairy tales. The lower shelves are full of educational material, from children's encyclopedias to writing practice workbooks. From the sheer number of learning-oriented books on the shelf, you get the impression the children who lived here were not supposed to be interested in fun and fiction as they were in diction and spelling. Your family may have been wealthy, but maybe not in joy. You leaf through a few of the practice workbooks, gently turning the near-crumbling pages. Reasons Mummy should take me and Mary Bell to the zoo. 1. We have been very good girls and have not cried for a whole week. 2. Mary Bell say elephants are so big and I would like to see one. 3. I think it would be very fun and Mummy would have a good time. All are signed with the carefully scrawled signature of Alexandra Scarlet. You flip through the rest of the book, your eyes unfocused as the many practice sentences and letter-copying pages flash by. But something near the back of the book gives you pause. In a section that starts with the prompt today, Alexandra Kniswith, talked to the boy in the wall. Yeah, you're done here, return to the hall. You make your way back to the hallway. Approach the window. You carefully approach the window at the far end of the hall. That sure is a cliff. There is nothing below the window but the tops of distant trees, the ground having crumbled away. The only thing stopping you from plummeting to your death is the straining foundations that somehow still hold this place together. At least for now. Follow the trail to the farthest room. You continue following the trail of footprints, approaching the farthest room down the hall. The door was clearly meant to be hidden, but it's been left open. The room is starkly empty, save for a rug and a few candelabras. A lack of dusty old books and rotting antiques mark it as distinct from the rest of the cluttered, forgotten spaces you've encountered. Continue through the far door. You continue forward towards the door on the far side of the room. You exit into a short hallway. There are stairs here leading back down to the lower floors, but there is also another door. It's hanging ajar, the many locks and deadbolts along its edge glimmering in the weak morning light. The door frame itself is gouged and splintered, evidence that some desperate creature tried to save itself from the room beyond time and time again. Enter. You step forward. This was a prison cell. Everything about this place reeks of neglected humanity. The walls are covered in scratches, legible words mixed in with nonsense of desperate clawing. The one window set high in the far wall is fitted with a thick pane of glass, as if the iron wall bars just beyond it wouldn't be enough to hold the imprisoned. You can't but help but notice, but the doll from your closet sits watching you on the bed, one eyelid drooping. It adds an extra layer of menace to an already deeply unsettling room. Property of Alexandra. Your eyes are drawn to the massive, almost letters, written dug as deep into the brick as the cell's prisoner could manage, highlighted with whatever pigments were available. And then one final detail grabs you, a metallic glint from the filthy bare mattress. A doorknob. That's what you've been looking for. Was it left here for you? Take the handle. I don't know what that says. As you take it, a sound wraps around you. Music, the tinkling of piano keys played by a clumsy hand. They echo up a narrow staircase at the end of a hall. Okay, do we follow the music? Fuck it, follow the music. You've come this far. You've come this far. Clearly you were meant to go just a little further. The stairs take you into what you have to assume was once a servant's quarters, a network of cramped passageways hidden away behind the expansive rooms of the estate without so much as a window for illumination. You persist, and descend deeper into the bowels of the Scarlet Estate, the echoing piano your only company. Soon enough you see light again, the sun creeping in through the edges of a nearly hidden door. You're at the end of another long corridor, its high ceilings and tall windows almost disorientating as you step out from the cramped, gloomy stairwell. The music echoes mournfully in the vast space, a chorus of wind adding a melancholy harmony as it whips in from the overgrown courtyard outside. You found your way to the first floor, but you've yet to confront your guide. Finish what you've started and find the piano player. The musician plays on as you move cautiously through the dark, the slope now so dramatic it feels like walking downhill, jagged remains of the floorboards jutting out like splintered trees. The flow of notes finally stops as you reach an open doorway to what was once a music room. Wayne stands from the bench of a battered grand piano, turning to face you. So now you've seen it, Bloodied. He makes his way down the tilted floor towards you. The breeze passes by him, carrying with it the smell of the wound that is his body. I hope you enjoyed the show. He stops just a few paces away, and I trust you understand the implications of everything you've seen. If you aren't careful, and if you put your faith in the wrong people, things could go very, very wrong for you. You lived in that last room. Wayne cocks his head almost playfully. I did. I've been in that room a long, long time. Though my being free now is meaningless in the grand scheme of things, the town itself is enough of a prison that I may as well be stuck behind that door. But at least I'm free enough to warn you. What was with the doll in that room? She liked it, so I liked it too. It was nice to see it again after so many years. Did you need to carry me off in my sleep? A moment of weakness. I was impatient. And what now? Planning on keeping me here? I only hoped we could talk. I won't force you to stay. I'm here, aren't I? Don't you see I trust you? You can tell me whatever it is you want me to know. You want to be somebody else's puppet, Bloodied. I can guide you to where you need to be, but it's up to you to open your eyes. The witch holds some of the final pieces. Find her. Pry them from her hands, and then everything will start falling into place. You have no idea who he could be talking about, because you drank the tea! Unless you're already starting to forget about her. Memory is a disloyal thing, isn't it? Physical. Easily manipulated. But something's been missing from your head doesn't mean it's gone from the world. I don't know who you're talking about. You'll remember when you need to. Does Tabitha know about all this? Of course. Why do you think she invited you here? Oh my god, yeah. Ah, fuck! She didn't know me then. It's different now. We bonded. Do you think a flimsy bond formed over the course of a week will be enough to stop the generations of expectations and duty that have fallen on Tabitha's shoulders? Do you want to bet your freedom on that bond? Tabitha will always be a Scarlet. What do you mean the town is a prison? I can't leave. No one really can. As it stands now, Scarlet Hollow doesn't like letting go of its prisoners. They may be able to cross the town line, but not without paying a price. That can be changed, though. It wasn't always this way. And it was never meant to be. We can put an end to it. We need to call someone about this. The police, or the National Guard, or somebody. Trust me when I say they wouldn't be able to help. The forces at work in Scarlet Hollow run deep. There's no one person they can arrest, no group of people they can blame and do away with. It is beyond the realms of flesh. But I know how to fix everything. I know how to keep you safe for as long as you live. I trust you, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do about any of this. Wayne's shoulders seem to relax slightly, as if he's relieved. Good. Good. Our enemies rely on keeping us divided. They know how much stronger we can be together. Be careful who you trust. I will always be there when you need me. Wayne steps away, his shining eyes watching you unblinking from behind his veil before finally disappearing back into the darkness of the estate. There's nothing left for you to do here but leave. You make your way back to where you woke up and slot in the handle to the secret door on the wall. It twists and the door pulls back, and you stumble through your closet and back into your bedroom. You lean against your door frame, relieved at once again having sturdy, unsloped ground beneath your feet and moderately clean air to breathe. The estate has gotten to you. After the events of the morning, your body burns with a furious itch to leave this place. Be anywhere but here. You leave in a haze, mindlessly grabbing clothes and an uncharged phone, barely even noticing your surroundings as you rush outside, the morning's revelations seizing your body and mind alike with a suffocating grip. Cell, the doll, Wayne's insinuations that Tabitha has known about all of this, and even more, that she has partaken willingly in your family's crimes. Not only that, but she has designs for you. Is it true? Tabitha needs to explain herself. There is nothing else that can be possibly ease the growing pit in your stomach, and if she can't explain all of this, she'd better have an explanation. Maybe it's time to confront her and see what she has to say for herself. To someone I can trust. That's right, if you can just manage to throw yourself into the arms of someone you can actually trust, maybe they can help you. Maybe you don't have to deal with this alone. Can you trust anyone? I can trust Oscar? You can trust Oscar. He's handsome. Oscar is handsome, but there's something handsome about that in the chaos of your unraveling morning. Really, just good a reason as any to run to someone for help. Run to Oscar? Go to the library. You're winded to the point of nausea long before you make it to the library, but your adrenaline coursing through your veins since discovering the cell in the Forbidden Wing pushes your body forward. The library is somewhat less silent than usual. There are sounds coming from the opening doorway of the mayor's office upstairs, shuffling of paper, accompanied by a low muttering. You recognise Oscar by the slightly manic laugh that cuts through the membrane, as characteristic as that is for the librarian. What are you supposed to do about this, Jimmy? I can't exactly talk to the human, can I? And here I thought you were interested in helping the dogs of this town. What does that only apply to select for you deem worthy of help? There are much bigger problems around here than whether or not there's a man in your office. Don't you have a house to go back to anyway? What do you need that room for? The office is where I do my important mayoral duties. It's where the mayoral bed is stored, which happens to be my favourite. So I'd be upset to find it, as it had been carelessly tossed aside by a man who torn a hole in the wall. My wall! He's no right to do that! Jimmy, go home to your human, alright? It's dangerous to be wandering around on your own out here, and I can't be a personal bodyguard. I've already got one of those. That man has every right to do what he wants in that office. Places for humans, remember? Don't do what you're supposed to, and go home where you'll be safe. Scraps turns and leaves, his claws clicking across the pavement. Wonder they elected me. It's like he doesn't even care about what makes a mayor a mayor. Mayor Jimmy wanders off, undoubtedly settling in for an inferior bed elsewhere in the library. Is it all over that place? Over the place. Make the whole library stink like dog. People should make Cat the mayor. Do a better job. Stinky. Go upstairs. Oscar, have you gone insane? Don't get gone insane, Dilf. You climb the stairs and find Oscar amid a scattered pile of old papers and ancient leather-bound ledgers. The mayor was right. There's a big hole in the wall. Bloodied. Excellent. I was hoping I might see you today. I couldn't sleep at all last night. I kept thinking about the stone and everything it might mean, and whether or not there are more, and how, if there are, they might cause further disasters, which, of course, means we'd be advantageous if we managed to find them before they do what they did here. And then Rosalina mumbled something about rooms being wrong in her sleep, and that made something click for me. Long story short, I decided to start looking through old floor plans for all the buildings in town. First, I figured the town hall shared all its secrets with us, but as you can see, there's still more to be found. I found a discrepancy in what is now the mayor's office between the initial plans and how it stands today. So I started knocking on walls, like in all the movies, and lo and behold, an honest-to-God secret room. Some old storage closet that's been sealed away behind the wallpaper for a century, full of old hollow secrets, with your family at the centre of it all. There are building plans for all these locations around town, the town hall included, where there's been extra work done to bury things in the foundations. all as part of the Scarlet Hollow landmark revitalization project run by Enoch in the period following the Shaw mine collapse. And more than that, I found what I think are models of what was supposed to be buried and where. Like this. Oscar produces a small stone object. Its details are simpler, less refined, but this is unmistakably a model of a stone carving, though whether or not it's one you've seen already eludes you. This is one of the carvings you described to me the other day, isn't it? I wonder what they're supposed to be. Was Enoch at the helm of a secret society running Scarlet Hollow back in the day? Is there still a secret society running Scarlet Hollow now? And to add to the mystery, there's this name I've seen repeated throughout these documents. Verena. She seems to be deferred to as an authority, which, of course, stuck out to me as there wasn't a lot of women involved in government or construction or that sort of thing back then. Consulted Verena. Verena requested this change and that, so I looked for more information about this person, but I wasn't able to find any records of her elsewhere. Birth certificates, death certificates, property purchases, marriages, divorces, nothing at all. I suppose she may have lived off the grid. There are plenty of people who lived and died with no record that they ever were, but I have to admit, it's curious, isn't it? I actually found something about Verena on the estate this morning. Explain what you have seen. Explain to Oscar what you were able to take away from the vials hidden in Enoch's secret study. Old vials? Fascinating. It's no use denying the existence of magic. These are clearly some type of one-way communication system with a built-in mechanism for destroying itself if it fell into the wrong hands. And that's two names, Verena and Maeve. Maeve disappears, and Enoch starts writing to Verena, and that would seem the two of them had a falling out, but for what reason, I wonder? Miss Maeve. Verena have been a pseudonym? Maybe Maeve is the one in the town records and I was looking for the wrong name. You didn't happen to find anything else, did you? Any bit of information right now helps. You recount everything you experienced in the estate, the whole harrowing adventure culminating in the horrible little cell you found hidden away, and your encounter with Wayne. All these little puzzle pieces have come together, and it's showing us a picture of your family, of Enoch, right at the heart of Scarlet Hollow's problems. Let me explain. The way I see it, these carvings are clearly tied to the incidents that happened in town this week. There was a stone at the basement of the annex, which it would seem was built for the sole purpose of extending the town hall enough to cover the installation site. And of course, there was a stone installed in the shore mine once it had been dug out. Maybe it's just correlative, but correlation is the only tool we really have at this moment. Assuming I'm right about all of this, there are 3 more locations, which means we have 3 opportunities to preempt something catastrophic. My notes indicate locations are Dr. Kelly's clinic, the church, and one of the old farmhouses. I believe it's the Tremaine property. Though of those 3, the farm seems to be most accessible. I assume a practical woman like Dr. Kelly would need some convincing before we could tear down any walls, and we probably need heavy machinery for the carving at the church. We don't know how long it would take to get our hands on an excavator. Maybe that's something your cousin can help with. But that would also mean involving her. I've already been to the clinic. Bring Oscar up to speed on last night's incident. You quickly bring Oscar up to speed on the events that transpired last night. Oh my god. If I hadn't waited. If only I'd found all of this sooner, back when the bloodstain first appeared in my daughter's carpet. Imagine what could have been avoided. But I can't change the past. All I can do is work even harder to try and make up for lost time. Kelly Boy's a monster now, and he's out there roaming the countryside? Well, at least he didn't follow through on his threats. I suppose let's just hope it stays that way. Wayne wanted me to find a... This Verena seems to fit the bill? Unfortunately, if there's nothing in the records, that isn't a meaningful avenue to explore with her. No threads to follow. Probably died a long time ago. If she was alive, she'd have to be well over 100 years old. I suppose a witch could live that long? Who's to say, but I'm not sure I'm ready to entertain that sort of thinking. It's not my feet planted too firmly in reality. It feels like everything always happens right after I show up. What if we're not getting ahead of them? What if uncovering them has been the problem all along? Well, that's not exactly true, though, is it? Charlie's bloodstain first appeared a couple of weeks ago. Galley boy struggled with his condition for most of his life, according to what the doctor told you, and we have no way of knowing how long there have been issues at the old shore mine. If anything, I would guess your presence accelerated whatever was going on, which is a fascinating detail. I have to assume there's something about being a Scarlet that excites them somehow. You'll have to tell me what happens once you get out of the Tremaine to the main Tremaine place. More data will be incredibly helpful. Maybe this one will do nothing. Who's to say? What do you mean we need heavy machinery for the church? These schematics seem to suggest it won't be accessible from inside the building itself. There's a mention of the pastor at the time giving them trouble, so they installed it using a tunnel system to bypass his permission. It looks to me like tunnels are under what the kids called Tetanus Lake. At least that's what we called it back in the day. We've been treating it like a trash heap for decades. It's rusted cans and broken bottles. If you want to access any of it, we'll need serious equipment. Or Pastor Daniels to mission to tear up the pulpit, which I assume will result in a much the same argument the pastor had with Enoch 100 years ago. Do you know what to expect at the farm? Or at least where on the farm the stone would be? It looks to be buried underneath the house of what seems to be like a root cellar, similar to the one in the annex. That's what to expect. Well, I'm afraid I have no insights there. Nothing bad, I'd imagine. Well, the men out there are usually heavily armed, so at least I'll have weaponry available this time. Okay, we have a plan. Let's go. Mr. Gutierrez? I think maybe you forgot, but I asked a little while ago if you could help me with his medication, because I think it's wearing off. She's having a little trouble. Saying some really weird stuff. I mean, he's been saying weird stuff since yesterday, but I was getting, like, really weird. Like, he moves when people do drugs and see spirals and stuff. And there's a lot of rules about the medicine, and what they are, or which one's supposed to have every 3 hours or every 12 hours, and I really, really don't want to mess it up. Oh, sure, I can walk you through it again. The ones with the yellow sticker, every 3 hours. Can you just come and do it? I sometimes came to ask, I forgot everything, but I went down there, and I think she would need some food, but all you have is onions. I don't know what to do with those. Look, I'll be done in just a minute, I promise. In the meantime, why don't you call the doctor and see if she can walk you through it? It's not like I'm the expert anyways, it's probably good to double check. After we get Rosa sorted, I'll give you some cash so you can run to the gas station for some snacks for you both. And order pizza for dinner, if your parents haven't come to pick you up by then. How's that sound? Hey? Alexis wanders back downstairs. Oh, Jesus, I keep losing track of time. I really need to get my head out of the clouds, at least I'm going to forget some parent time in. Where was that map? He rifles through his papers, searching. Grants looking for and hands it to you. It's a map of Scarlet Hollow. The best route to Judas Tremaine's farm is down Main Street, then turn onto the first dirt road and keep going. The map should help you keep things straight. Good luck out there, Bloodied. I really hope it's not too bad. But we're working towards something now. I know we can solve this. We just have to collect as much data as we can. Take care of your daughter, Oscar. I'll handle the farms. Of course I will. God knows I could use the break anyway. Good luck out there, Bloodied. It's been a hard week. But I know we'll make it through now we have a clear understanding of things. I'll be here when you get back, ideally with a plan to access the church. You take a deep breath, ready but reluctant to leave the library once again. Wait! Oscar reaches out for your shoulder before you can leave, his grip firm, his hand sweaty with the nerves of too many hours spent working without rest. Bloody, I'm sorry. I really am. I realize now how this must seem. That I'm being brusque, maybe even unreliable. Like you aren't important to me. You are. Of course you are. Even in just the few days I've known you, you've left a permanent mark on my life. The things you've done for me. That's why I'm doing this. I want you to feel that way too. That I've been important. He stares down at you. His words go soft, then silent. He's considering something, breathing quickly, nervously, his brow knitting as he walks. His eyes wander down to your lips. Mooch! He makes the choice for him. You reach up, taking his bearded face in your hands, and before he can say another word, your lips press against his. Both of you seem to be in shock for a few seconds, standing stock still, lips firmly pressed against each other. Despite being somewhat older, There's a clear inexperience in his movements, a rustiness after years of neglecting this avenue of his humanity. But finally, he softens. His tension fades, and he melts against you, enveloping you in his broad warmth. His arms wind around your back, clutching you close against his broad chest, letting you sink into him as if that alone could protect you from everything he wants to save you from. His lips move from yours, dancing across your cheeks as he plants kiss after kiss, blanketing you in desperate affection. Finally, his mouth comes to rest in your ear, his breath tickling the sensitive skin of your neck. He squeezes even harder, his palms stronger than perhaps even he knows. In this moment, you aren't thinking of what might be waiting for you outside this room. You don't feel like you're in Scarlet Hollow anymore. You feel like you're home. We're gonna survive this. I promise. The two of us are gonna fix this town. And he pulls away. The air feels cold in the absence of his all-encompassing warmth. The spell seems to break, the anxiety flooding back in where comfort had tried to blossom. I'd better go see to Rosa. Bloodied, please be careful. I'll be worried about you until you make it back to me. His hand lingers on your shoulder, reluctant to part with you completely, but finally he lets go, slipping past you into the library. Nothing left to do now but follow the leads he's offered. But where could you possibly turn to next? I'm going to someone I can trust. I need to find Stella, because I trust Stella. You can trust Stella. She knows Tabitha better than anyone. Stella knows your cousin better than anyone else in town, and right now, more than anything else, you need someone who can get in Tabitha's head. Unto Stella? Yes. You make your way over to Stella's house, desperately praying she'll be home. She's been in this with you practically since the moment you broke in town. She'll know what to do. She has to know what to do. You knock on her door. Barely a moment passes before you're met with the enthusiastic barks of a geriatric pug. Stella, we have a guest! Good heavens, pull yourself together, girl! You wait, and eventually the door creaks open, an exhausted Stella regarding you with sunken eyes. Oh, hey, Bloodied. What happened? You look shaken up. A lot happened this morning. I don't even know where to begin. Well, you can start by coming inside. He reaches forward and grabs your hand, ushering you into her home. So what happened? Tell her everything. Once you start talking, it's hard to stop. No details remain unshared. You tell Stella about everything that's happened today, waking up in the Forbidden Wing, the root cell, and everything you found leading up to it, and your parley with Wayne at the end of it. Not to mention your conversation with Oscar in the mayor's office. Back to basics. Turn to a YouTuber in your hour of need! Jesus Christ, that's... bloody... if I'm being honest, I don't know what to do about any of this. I was gone for a day, and it's like every part of my life has been turned on its head. There's a chance if we try and talk to Tabby, it'll blow up in our faces. If this was still high school, I'd say we just go for it, but now... I don't even know what I'd say. It sounds like Oscar's convinced the next stone coming is over at the farm, so let's go. We can keep the count on Tabby and just keep doing what we've been doing. Investigating. Stella grabs Gretchen and takes your hand. The two of you make your way out the door and towards whatever awaits you at Julius Tremaine's farm. This is the end of part 1 of episode 5. Yeah! Part 2, the chapter's finale, will release next Friday, February the 20th. If you'd like to continue with this world state, please save your game now. Like, fuck. Oh, damn. Ah. Oh. that was so much build-up, but that is exciting. I'm very interested to see how it plays out with the other paths, because, as I say, you see I've got other saves there. They have gone quite radically different in places. So it's very interesting to see what's going on there. But yeah, again, I can't reiterate enough. This game is so fucking good. If you like visual novels, if you like creepy, suspenseful horror, if you like games that have a incredible... the ability to play a character and have the game remember this character and react to it, there are very few games I have met that have come across like... I mean, look, I will put this in the rarefied company of Baldur's Gate 3. I will put this alongside Baldur's Gate 3 as games that let you do the little things and remember the little things. Like that, Baldur's Gate 3. Another visual novel I will always push very heavily is Our Life, Beginnings and Forever. Again, fucking great visual novel. Very different from this. Not a horror story, it's a love story. But still very nice. But yes, so hopefully you have enjoyed this. I will record part 2 next weekend. Get it up then. So thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed this, then obviously do like, subscribe, click the notification button. I will try and do more Let's Plays, maybe some more streaming on Twitch. It's, you know, it's just making time and being in the right frame of mind to do it. The Cult of Teen Dice is at thecultofteendice.net. It's also on Blue Sky. Just look for Cult of Teen Dice, you'll find it. I'm on Blue Sky. We don't have anything to do with Twitter or X, whatever the fuck it's called anymore, because fuck that place. Yeah, thank you for watching, and see you all later. Goodbye.